Pokémon Horizons episode 85 English Explained. Hey, it's Mark here from blisseyhusband.net. Arrival! The paradise of Rakua. Starting off from where the last episode ended, the Rising Vault tacklers admire the scenery at the place where heaven and earth meet on Kumuri Mountain. Just then, Pagogo calls out to the Black Rayquaza, which descended upon the group and dissipated the clouds in the crater, revealing a land full of greenery. Afterwards, Rayquaza enters its Ancient Poké Ball to rest, and the group enters the crater. When they enter the crater, the group finds many berries that are not only huge, but also unfamiliar to them. While the Pokémon happily eat the berries, Liko, Roy, Dot and Frida change out of their winter outfits, expressing surprise at the place being warm, despite the altitude they're at. Frida suggests they move on further, and the younger members agree. Entering a clearing, the group find a lot of Pokémon at peace, regardless of their nature. A Bidoof approaches, and Pagogo immediately gets along with it, which causes Pokémon in the area to welcome the newcomers as well. The scene before them astounds everyone, as they not only see Pokémon in rare groups, but also legendary Pokémon freely roaming about. While Liko, Roy and Dot agree Rakua lives up to its name as a paradise, Liko notices Frida seemingly bothered. He explains his suspicions behind the environment being the way it is now. Sunlight and temperature may have a part in it, but Frida believes another factor is at play to bring in the Pokémon, at which Liko assumes is the Laquium. Frida says even if Laquium is involved, there are no traces of it nor the events of 100 years prior, especially since Ristal mentioned the Rakua was on the verge of collapsing in the past. As they question their location, Pagogo calls out to the group, wanting to go further into the forest. They oblige and move in deeper. As they walk, Dot grows tired but is still eager to progress, Liko and Roy following suit in their enthusiasm. They find another clearing, and Frida says they will stop for the day, disappointing the younger members until he points out it is sunset, surprising them. After pitching up their tents for the night, Liko, Roy and Dot admire the stars above them and reminisce their adventure together, from the people they met to the growth of all their Pokémon. At that moment, Roy and Dot notice Liko looking down, and she reveals her worry of having to say goodbye to Pagogo now that they're at Rakua, remembering the goal was to bring Pagogo there in the first place. However, she is quickly cheered by her friends and decides to look forward to the future together with them no matter what it brings. Frida comes out of his tent to tell the kids to sleep, all while everyone is unaware of the Behayam watching them from above. The following morning, after leaving some of their stuff at the new established base camp, they walk deeper into the forest. Roy and Crocolore enthusiastically lead until the latter bumped into a rock hill that looks off to Freed. Captain Pikachu uses Thunder Punch on it, revealing something hidden underneath. Using an analysis program, Frida concludes the wall contains Terrastal energy and is thereby the barrier Pagogo had put up 100 years ago. Realizing they need to get past the barrier, Frida suggests Pagogo and Liko, as its partner, try to bring down the barrier. She agrees to try, and Pagogo transforms into its Terrastal form. Pagogo successfully removes the barrier, but overexerted itself in the process, causing Liko to recall it into its Pokeball. Frida tells Liko, Roy and Dot to stay behind while he surveys the path ahead, and if anything happens, they're free to act on their own. Despite planning on returning to the younger members after discovering Laquium crystals, Frida gets accosted by Spinel, while Liko, Roy and Dot are confronted by Coral, Sidian and Charles.